What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Nickel and Dimes coming your way. I'm Caleb McBride. This is Harry Hughes. Um, Ready to bring another episode to y'all. What's going on, buddy?
Start of the new week. Great weekend of football. I mean, can't beat this. We're back at it.
Back at it. You know what it is. Start of the show. A little sad news. Coming out earlier today. Dikembe Mutombo, passing away of brain cancer at the age of 58. Our condolences are with him and his family. Just a great guy, Harry. Did a lot of work in Congo, his home country, and did a lot of good charity work. I saw he built hospitals there.
Yeah,
And,
a few of them.
yeah, try to build opportunities, create opportunities for the youngins out in Congo. Any words for?
Yeah, no, I saw you texted me that, Caleb, and I was pretty bummed because, I didn't see him play really, but all the commercials, very funny, and, obviously he knows legacy as a player. I think he was second all-time in blocks per game.
Yeah.
And that's not really the sad part about this. He's a great basketball player, but you look up his name on Twitter, it's reporters, former players, teammates, people he played against. There's not a single bad thing to be said about him. Everyone's just saying how great of a person he was. And I think that speaks to a lot because he's a great player, and no one's even talking about that. I know Joakim Noah was saying how, because I think his grandfather is African, I think Joakim Noah was saying, and how all the players from Africa in the league really look up to Mutombo and what he's doing for the community. So really sad news. Only 58 years old and seems like a really, really great guy. So
Yeah, very unfortunate news to start the day. Again, our prayers are with him and with his family, and yeah, just sad, sickening news. Honestly, just sucks.
yeah,
58 is not old at all.
no, not at all.
It's really unfortunate, but go ahead and move on real quick. Staying in the basketball world, I guess a blockbuster trade you could say.
Block fitting,
Yeah,
Mutombo,
Yeah.
and he's a former Knick,
yeah,
so it fits.
blockbuster trade happening Friday night. Honestly, actually, I think I just left after we finished recording,
Yeah,
and the news dropped. Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle, getting sent over from the New York Knicks to the Minnesota Timberwolves, exchange for Karl Anthony Towns. Honestly, shocking trade. Come on, for me personally, I thought it came out of nowhere.
yeah. I was watching the TV and I'm seeing at the bottom, it's in the works, and I'm like, okay, I could just be a rumor, and then looked at my phone and this trade's happening.
Yeah,
First thing of the Shams era, first big thing he got.
yeah, I know. I thought it was a rumor too.
Yeah.
I forget what I was doing, but someone had said something. I was like, dude, no way. I looked, Shams reported it, and then all of a sudden ESPN started reporting it too, and I was like, holy cow.
Yeah,
But
huge trade.
yeah, what are your thoughts about the trade?
I think I don't love it as for the Knicks at all. I don't think it's a great trade because I don't think Cat. It depends where you play him. When Robinson comes back, if you put Cat at the 4, I don't think he can guard a 4. And if he's the 5, I think the paint's gonna be open. I think people are
Yeah.
gonna go at him all game. And you lose DiVincenzo, who apparently there's rumors he wasn't super happy in New York with his playing role, but that's still that was kind of a key piece of what they were doing in New York. And Randall, I've never been a big Julius Randle fan. I never thought he was really that good, so I think that's always good getting rid of a guy like that because he takes up so many shots, and now you get more opportunity for the other guys. Let Brunson run the offense and not have Randall be a focus as much.
Yeah, I like the move of Randall. Me personally, I wanted Randall to be gone. I felt like him getting hurt was unfortunate, but it allowed Jalen to take as many shots as he wanted, honestly, and for the offense to flow through him. And I didn't think that him and Randall would really. I feel like Randall would be taking away shots from Jalen Brunson, and I honestly hate to see DiVincenzo go. I
Yeah.
feel like he fit the role and the culture in New York perfectly, and he played well in the playoffs, and he had a career year.
Yeah.
And like you said, going back to what you said about the rumors about his role being minimized and him being unhappy about it. I can see why. Honestly, I thought it was the perfect fit.
Playing with all your buddies.
Yeah, you're playing with all your buddies, and you're gonna be the sixth man off the bench. You're gonna get your shots too.
Yeah, being the sixth man on a good team is a great
That's
role
what I'm
to
saying.
have.
That's a great role to have. You don't really have the pressure of a starter, but you can play like a starter if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a big thing for the culture there.
Yeah, yeah, and Karl Anthony Towns doesn't really fit the culture in New York. Not really a great guy.
No, not at all. It's Big Purr.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess time will tell, but I'm not really too happy about the trade. I have mixed feelings about it.
I mean, it definitely helps you probably on offense spacing-wise.
Yeah,
But defensively, I think that's going to be a major liability. You go from having Hartenstein down the
Yeah.
paint, and he's a beast, a giant dude.
defenders.
Yeah,
They're,
he can clog the
making
paint.
life hard for Embiid, and now I don't know who's gonna guard him when Mitch goes to the bench, or like I feel like he have his way with Jericho Sims. That's our backup center right now. I feel like we need to go get another guy.
I definitely agree
I
with
think
that.
we need to go get another guy.
And Cat's also a playoff dropper.
Yeah.
He'll go like cold some games in the playoffs, and like you watch him, like, oh yeah, Anthony Edwards is like 35, but they're still down 5 because Cat has 4 points.
He was kind of absent in that Nuggets series. Like
Yeah.
it was really like it was almost a one man show. Cat didn't live up to what he needed. Like he was supposed to be the second star.
Yeah.
So, but it really ended up being Nas Reed.
Yeah.
Like Nas Reed had great performances in the playoffs, along with the other role players from the Wolves. But Cat was kind of absent in the playoffs. Like, I don't really remember him having a dominant game in the.
No, his most dominant game was when he scored 60 in a loss in the regular season.
Yeah.
Like that's what you know him for, and it's just awful quotes after the game.
Yeah.
Just saying like. It's kind of like we talked about this earlier. I don't think the Timberwolves can win because I couldn't imagine Cat being up there and be like, "We did it," and now I'm sorry. Now that shame is on you.
Yeah.
And now I can see the Timberwolves. I would like them to win more now because I don't have to deal with Cat. Like, we did it. We're the champs. Just off. Or maybe if it's a big moment like that, like, yeah, we did it. We're the champs. Who would have thought about us?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Dante fits into the role with the Wolves.
Do you think he starts there?
I don't think so. I think you go McDaniels.
Yep.
Edwards.
Yep.
Conley at the point.
Mhm.
Then Rudy at 5, honestly.
Mhm.
And then I don't know who plays that 4 role.
Probably Randall.
Probably. Oh yeah, Randall.
Yeah.
And then probably Dante. Exactly. So like, you're going into the same situation.
And he's probably not even the sixth man there because Nas
Rob.
Reed is.
Oh, dude, I forgot
Sixth
about
man of
Nas.
the year.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Forgot about. Yeah. So now you're like the 7th, 8th man.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
better hope Rob doesn't come along. Like.
And Rob's gonna come along.
Exactly.
Maybe not
So
this year, but
you're
eventually.
gonna fall into that 7th, 8th man role instead of being a 6th man role. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see who like really pulled the trigger on this. Like if it was like a Dante like expressing himself to the front office saying like I don't like that my role is being minimized and stuff like that, and then that's what led to them pulling the trigger on this trade. Or like I just want to know where this came from.
Yeah, because Cat did not request a trade.
No.
Yeah, so it wasn't him, and to my knowledge, I don't think DiVincenzo requested a trade.
No.
Like formally.
I don't know.
Because the connection is you got Cat's played for Thibodeau before for Tibbs, so I know they have a relationship.
Yeah.
But he's not really like a Tibbs type of player. I think like if
Or big.
Yeah.
Like, think about the bigs that
That's
Tibbs
what I'm
had.
saying. Like he's no Joakim Noah. He's not a Hartenstein. Like those guys, I think a lot similar.
Or like a Lou Alday. Like he's none of like.
Yeah. Doesn't got the heart for it.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how this all plays out. I feel like the Celtics act like we match up worse against the Celtics now, and then I feel like when we run into the Sixers, Embiid's gonna have 40 every. Like if we run into the playoffs, he's gonna have like 40 every game.
Yeah, because Cat also has a really bad foul problem. That was something I remember in this playoffs. He'd foul out almost every game.
Yeah.
Because Ant would
Because
tell
he
him.
can't defend.
Yeah, exactly. So Embiid, we all know him. He loves to draw a good old whistle. So if he's playing against him, backing him down, he's bigger than him, he's stronger than him, he's better than him. It's going to be really hard for Towns not to foul him.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be Jericho Sims next man up. And for the Celtics, like, if you put him at the 5, Porzingis can stretch it out. We'll just go at the paint all day. And he's not a great defender at all, by any means.
He can't really guard on the perimeter.
If you put Mitch Robinson at the 5 and Cat at the 4, then it's going to be him versus Tatum. That would get killed. You'd die on that.
You can't play them together.
You can't at all.
have them on the floor together.
It'd be too big.
Yeah.
Because how big is Cat? Is he 7 foot?
Yeah, I think so. Probably around there, yeah.
He's kind of got like a little hunched back. You know, he's kind of like leaning over.
Well, he's not he's a score. He's not a defender. He's a scorer. Like
Yeah.
I don't like. I mean, it does give us a stretch big. Definitely a better shooter than Randall too.
Definitely.
He's definitely more consistent behind the arc. But that defensive presence is just kind of going. Now with Hartenstein out the door and Julius Randle out the door too.
And DiVincenzo.
And DiVincenzo too. But I mean, we still got defenders.
Yeah, definitely. You got wing defenders
and guard defenders. Like we still got those. Like we were able to.
I'm just thinking of the time when DiVincenzo, they won the game against Philly in the playoffs, and they're interviewing him after. I think it was the Philly series, and the whole place was going nuts. He goes, "Oh, that's why you want to play here, all this stuff."
Yeah.
And now he's gone. And it sucks to see like that happen. But maybe it could kind of be like the Porzingis trade for the Celtics, because we got rid of Marcus Smart in that trade. Marcus Smart's the boy. He wasn't my favorite player, but he was one of my favorite people for the team because he really loved being in Boston.
Yeah.
But anyone who watched the game knew it was time to go. But that's not that with DiVincenzo. But it kind of is with Randall. Sometimes you got to cut some fat, even if you like him. Like if they think that's truly the best move to win a championship, you got to do it. Celtics did it. It worked. but I don't because we also had a Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say you
it
guys
did
had
have to be
Drew
a
Hall.
subsequent
Yeah,
move.
that's what I'm saying. Like we had to go get a big,
Yeah.
like a role player in big. Like I don't know, It'll be interesting to see what happens, what moves are end up being made.
Yeah.
As the almost the season comes up, honestly. But even when we
It's
get
right around the
close,
corner.
yeah, even when we get close to the trade deadline too.
Yeah, you can make an in-season move. Basketball
Yeah,
is primarily the main sport where a mid-season move can be made, like a big one.
yeah,
In football, you never see anything really crazy go down because you'd have to learn a whole new playbook and such, unless you already have an experience with the team. Basketball, you can kind of just you can get traded and make a giant impact immediately. Like the Celtics traded for Derek White in 2022. He came in instantly and just helped out that team in so many ways. And yeah, like last year, the Mavs made a few moves, brought some guys in, P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford. Those guys helped out a ton. So you can make a move in basketball that can help immediately. So that's something Knicks could definitely look into doing. They were active at the deadline too last year. They brought in OG.
yeah.
That was like a week before, but it was coming up on it.
Well, I mean, and then to your point, like that was kind of like like not championship making move, but like
Contending
we
move.
would yeah we would have went further than what we did if everybody was fully healthy, and he definitely did help out once he came back.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we definitely need. We're probably gonna see how it plays out. I think that's probably what they're gonna do. See how it plays out, and then like try to make a move.
If it's clicking, it's clicking.
Yeah.
And you have the time to still make a move.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. I'm just sad to see Dante go, man.
Big Ragu.
That hurts. That hurts a lot. I was excited to see Randall go.
Yeah,
But
no,
once it was like they put Randall's name first, and then it was Dante, and I was like, dang.
I've always been a
I was
Randall
like,
hater.
no, not Dante.
I thought Randall because I think he's dribble, shoot. When you give the ball to Brunson more, he has so much more playmaking ability. Because if Brunson can make his own shot, he can kick it. But Randall,
Don't even give
him
me
the
started
ball,
Don't even give me
face
started
up,
on Julius
brick.
Randle.
Remember his son in the 3-point contest? Remember that?
Yeah.
Awful. Just terrible. So I've never been a Randall guy. So I think that's a huge positive.
Yeah.
I would have cut him. Like I know
Wow.
you can't. Like I don't think he
Wow.
helps what they're doing at all.
No, he doesn't fit the team anymore.
Yeah.
No.
So that was the story of Friday night. The story of Saturday night was a kick-ass football game.
Oh, that was great.
That was
cinematic.
Doesn't get better than that.
I don't think it can get better.
It looked like it was gonna be one of the worst games ever.
Yeah.
You got number 2 Bama or number 2 Georgia playing number 4 Bama in Bryant Denny. Jake Tynan's in attendance, so you know it was gonna get crazy. And Bama just beats the shit out of them. 28-0 out the gate. They're running up and down the field. Carson Beck, God bless him, looked lost. And next thing you know, it's 30-7 going in the halftime. This game's over. Georgia dug a little deep.
Wow.
They find some spirit, start hitting some passes down the field. Next thing you know, you look up at the TV. Georgia's up winning. I think they're up a point, correct?
After being down 28.
Yeah, they go on a run. They go
Wow.
on a run. Bama comes back. Ryan Williams, freshman sensation. He's 17 years old, born in 2007, which is sickening to think about. Goes off, huge 80-yard touchdown. Eventually win the game. Carson Beck throws a pick, ends it.
Oh, wow.
Carson Beck was kind of like throwing it around though. He played like schoolyard football that night. What are your thoughts on that game?
Well, I thought it was a terrific game.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Chris Fowler is like one of the best play-by-play guys to have ever come
In his
to the
bag
game.
that night.
Dude, that was insane. I feel like good play-by-play adds into the game-watching experience for sure. Carson Beck, I give him a lot of shit, but he looked pretty good this game. He did have 3 interceptions, but it's the one at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Really
He was slinging
that.
it.
Yeah, he was slinging it around. He had for 440.
Yeah.
Like they let him throw it 50 times too. I mean, you kind of have to when you're down 28-0, but I mean, I feel like Georgia was just playing loose in the second half. Like they were playing with house money.
Yeah.
Because when you're down that big, it's easier to be down that big than to be up that big. Because when you're up, you're just trying to maintain the lead.
Talk to the Falcons about that.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Talk to the
You're
Lions.
just trying to
Yep.
maintain that lead, run the ball a lot. You go quick 3 and outs, and while the other team's going up and down the field, long drives.
And you can feel it. It's building. The momentum's building.
And
Yep.
everything. Your defense is getting even more tired. So I thought it was a terrific game. We learned a lot about Jalen Milroe, though.
We did.
Jalen Milroe, I think, not necessarily stole the show, but boy, did he look good. Like, he looked like his progression from last year to this year is insane. Like, he looks like a better passer. He can use his legs. Like, we've been know he can use his legs, but he's adding to that passing game. He's accurate down the field. He can read the field way better than he did last year. I'm really liking the progress we've seen from Jalen Milroe. This Bama team should get more hype around it because this team looks like a national championship team in my eyes.
They are the number 1 team in the country.
Well,
That's pretty good hype.
Well, I mean, they did. They were the fourth. They were 14. I feel like no one's really talked about Bama until before coming into this game. Like Bama was never really getting that much hype. This year, as a contending team.
It was a 12-team playoff. They were the 6th team. Everyone had them in.
Okay, not
It's Alabama.
I'm not just talking about going. I'm talking about actually winning the net. Bro.
Yeah.
Coming into the season, bro. You thought Bama had a good chance of winning that coming into the season.
I did. I'm not gonna. I did think they had a good chance.
Really? So
Yes.
Stop, dude. That's in my. I didn't see Bama really making it out of the SEC. I thought Georgia was gonna be a lot better than what they are. I thought Texas was gonna.
Excuse me. Writing down in my notes. Here's the date. I have Alabama can win the national championship.
Your notes, huh?
Yep. In my notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they could win it. I think they're good. I think Kalen DeBoer is a great coach. I'm just saying.
That's another thing too.
Yeah, he's money.
I feel like he definitely showed up too, and he kind of like quieted all the noise around. Is he really that guy? Is he really that good of a coach? His team's balling right now.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see this game again.
Yeah.
I hope we get it 2 more times. One in the SEC
Two more
championship, and
times?
I want it in the playoff.
You think that? You think so? Last time we were talking before we were talking about this.
Yeah,
You said that Georgia doesn't lose.
I think they're gonna beat Texas.
You think they're gonna beat Texas?
I
now?
think they showed enough at the end of the game, enough fight where I think they can beat Texas. Quinn Ewers is probably gonna be coming off. Like he'll probably be back by then. Hasn't played. Maybe he gets a game before that. Maybe not.
Dude, I think Texas is gonna try and push him to get a game before that because I
That's tough to go back.
I wouldn't want him to. I wouldn't want him to walk his first game being back the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a tough ask.
Yeah.
So they'll probably try to get him back a week before that. But yeah, I still think Georgia's. They only fall to what, 5 in the country now. They're still a really good quality team. Kirby Smart knows what he's doing, but
Yeah.
it's tough to win in Alabama. They know that, and they gave him a hell of a ride at the end. Like they gave him a really good game. And I wouldn't hold my head that much from Georgia. If it was a 14 playoff, I'd be panicked.
Their season would be over. Well, I think they're gonna lose to Texas, so their
Okay.
season would be over.
Yes, but I don't think so. So I think 12-team playoff, they'll be in. They can learn from this. They got to be better on the ground, I think, establishing the run. I think that killed them early on. ETN didn't really get going crazy at all.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Georgia, it was just an awesome game. If you enjoy football, you enjoyed watching that game no matter who you're rooting for. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a neutral on it, so I guess that's why. But if I was a Georgia fan, I'd probably be pretty pissed.
Oh,
And if I was a Bama fan, I'd probably have a lot of gray hair in that fourth quarter. But, yeah, that was awesome football. Yeah, Ryan Williams,
the truth.
unbelievable.
The truth.
He just gets it done.
Dude, so he's gonna be able to like be drafted when he's like 20.
Yeah, he could be in the Senior Bowl. Not that he'd ever play in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
But they're allowing juniors to be in it now. He could be in the Senior Bowl as a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Because his birthday's late. It's like in February, I believe. He'll get drafted to the NFL as 20 years old. Freshly 20 years old. So he'll play his first full season in the NFL as 20.
Yeah.
Nuts.
It's insane. I mean, he took that one play, the last play, last touchdown in the game.
I was on the
that
phone
was
with you.
That was insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were texting back and forth. That was insane, dude. I don't know. I'm really high on this Bama team, honestly. After seeing how they played, like, because Georgia's defense is always gonna be good, and then, like, I don't know, dude. I just wasn't expecting this 28-0.
You know who's sick on Georgia?
Who?
Malachi Starks.
I was about to bring him up because Ryan Williams actually beat him on a route.
Yeah.
And, like, it wasn't bad defense at all. It was just a great ball by
Yeah.
Jalen Milroe.
Malachi Starks is a beast. I'd
Yeah.
have that guy on my football team any day of the week. There was a screen pass. I forget who they threw it to. Alabama did. And Starks was the only one back there. He flew in right past Caden Proctor, the big 5-star tackle.
Yeah.
Made the play. Basically saved the game. Because if it got to that point and they scored, it was probably over. But, yeah, just an unbelievable game. Oh, ESPN, nighttime. I mean, you can't draw it up any better than that. That was perfect execution by everything.
Yeah.
Everything worked out. We had a huge comeback. Big plays late in the atmosphere. It was unbelievable.
It's kind of a slow day, too. This was, like, the exciting game of the
Yeah,
of
nothing
the
else
day.
was
There
crazy
nothing-
going on.
Yeah, nothing really going on throughout the day. But, yeah, great win for Bama. I mean, this team morale has to be at all-time high right now. Like, gotta be feeling like you can – if they weren't feeling like they could beat anybody, they definitely should be feeling like this now. And Bama fans should have more faith and trust in DeBoer if they didn't now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really satisfied with what he has shown us so far in the season. You know, big shoes to fill. The GOAT literally left, and you're taking that over. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. There's so much pressure on them and this Bama team. And
They do. Only thing I will say is they got to figure out how to turn that clock pick up the first downs, not let Georgia back into the game.
Yeah.
But if you're winning, whatever, if you can make the plays when they come back, that's all good. But just a little thing, because
Yeah, no,
you're
no.
not always going to be able to hit the bomb to Williams, not to bail you out. It was a good play, but realistically, they should be able to run the clock out. But you're going against Georgia.
Yeah.
If you're doing that against like a Mississippi State's not coming back from that.
No.
Georgia's probably the only team in the country with a defense that can stuff you 3 straight times on a run.
Well, yeah, because of their front seven. It's
Yeah.
Georgia, like you were just saying. But, dude, Jalen Miller went over 100 yards rushing, too.
In the first half.
Yeah, and had 374 yards passing.
Yeah.
That's an insane
Big game.
That's an insane game. How high do you think his draft stock goes?
I think it's still pretty limited.
Really?
I don't think they'll pick him because I would take Cam Ward over him.
All right, what quarterbacks are you taking over him now?
I have him over Beck now. I think I'm fine with that. Probably Ewers, Shador, and Cam Ward.
That's fair.
I take those 3 above him.
That's fair.
I can't wait to see the draft class. Who goes first between Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah.
Years down the road, the Ohio State freshman, same class as Ryan Williams, he had a sick one-handed grab this week.
Dude, I feel like it may be like similar to like Neighbors and Harrison. You can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
Like you're fine. Like I feel like either team. Well, I guess it also depends on the scheme too.
Yeah, what you trying to do?
Yeah, because like I mean, I can say Ryan Williams is like a gadget guy, but he can use him as a gadget guy as well as stretching the field down the field.
I think he's pretty similar to Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
I think and they use him pretty similar to him.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah Smith, he's an X, right?
Oh.
Yeah, he's an X.
Dude, what?
Is he 6'3"?
Yeah.
He's huge.
He's huge. He's a big
He's
guy.
an X.
He's a big guy. You can put him outside.
Yeah,
He'll be
he's
fine outside.
Yeah,
He'll be
no.
fine outside.
They're both unbelievable. I'm just happy. I was a happy guy on Saturday. How could you not be?
Dude, how about the phone calls from Beast?
Oh my, yeah, our little friend Jacob.
Our little friend. Our little friend.
He's hammered at this game. And I love it because his girlfriend goes to Bama. And I love it. I know something big's about to happen because I see the phone ringing. Beast is a calling.
Dude, that's just sick.
Bro! Over and over and over again. I was happy for him. I mean, like, I'm going to be all mad at him when he gets back because I'm extremely jealous. Like, that's probably one of the sickest games you could ever go to.
Bro, for real, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
bro! What the hell? And I'm like, yep, Beast. I don't know what happens yet. I'm like, oh, wow, there's a 70-yard touchdown. Thanks, Beast. But, yeah, no, I'm happy for him. You know who beat Alabama in his college football career?
Who?
Jaden Daniels.
He did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
2-point conversion to Mason Taylor. A true freshman to beat him in Tiger Stadium. Not last year, the year before. And he didn't beat him last year because Dallas Turner took him out with a dirty hit like he did to Quinn Ewers the year before. Sorry, I just had to get off my chest. A dirty player to Alabama.
Yeah, I see that's still a touchy subject.
Yeah, it is. I was screaming at my friend Duncan on the phone. I was like, he did it again.
Did Garrett come in that game? Did Garrett have to finish that game?
Yeah, but it was like, Daniels was clicking. And he's clicking right now. Him in Washington, I mean, this got to be the best time to be a fan of them since RG3 was there.
Oh, for sure.
This might even be better.
Bro, it doesn't even – I mean, I was going to say it doesn't even compare because I feel like it is better. Like, this guy, Jaden, like, this kid, man, I mean –
the efficiency is mind-boggling.
It's actually insane, bro. Like, a rookie coming in completing, what, 90% of his passes or 80% of his passes?
He's at 82, I think, right now?
Yeah, like, that's insane. And the fact that Washington hasn't had a punt in 3 weeks is absurd.
They did punt this week.
I thought it – did they?
They did, because I remember Scott Hansen made a big point about it.
Yeah.
He goes, take a photo while you can. A very rare sight. Here comes the Washington punt team. But I think it maybe one, maybe 2 punts.
Okay, let's say 2 punts at most with 40 points on the board. Like,
yes,
as
easy.
a rookie quarterback, like
easy. 40.
Now Washington, like, yes, they've been bad, but it hasn't been because of the surrounding pieces. Like they haven't, or it necessarily hasn't been because of surrounding pieces. Like they got guys out there.
Yeah.
And like not gonna say there was a quarterback away because I still think there's some things they need to work on.
100
like,
secondary.
Yeah, their secondary needs help a lot before they could even think about being contenders.
Mm-hmm.
But they're on the right track.
Yeah, and they got the biggest part down. Looks like.
Yeah, that's
most important part.
Biggest part, hardest part.
Yep.
They got it down, and honestly, not necessarily gonna say I'm happy for Washington. A little jealous.
Yeah, I get
a little
you.
jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly jealous. It kind of hurts a little bit.
Just like me watching Josh Allen get in there. I was
Yeah.
like, Josh Allen sucks for like half a year. I'm like, haha, the Bills did the Bills. And then I'm watching, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And he's nasty. So I can relate to what
Yeah.
you're saying, seeing the division rival.
I'm literally saying, oh no, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, if we just get a quarterback, we can match with them. Because What's that face?
I'm just sad.
What's
Like
that
him and
face?
Neighbors should be playing together.
No.
They should. They can play
On the Giants.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying like they were sick last year.
Dude,
Sick last 2 years.
Bro, that would be great, man. That would be great. But it's okay. We can get Cam Ward.
Mr. Cameron Ward.
Yeah, we can get Mr. Cameron Ward in here, and we're gonna be able to match strive for strive with Washington. My hot take, Harry.
Yeah.
I feel like if the Giants can figure out their quarterback situation, Washington stays on this trend. It might just be Washington, New York's division. Honestly,
I was gonna ask you a question about this year right now. Who wins the NFC East?
that's tough. Man.
Right? Because you don't know where the Eagles are at health wise. Both the receivers are out. You gotta assume they'll be back soon.
But
Yeah,
even without that, like Jalen, he just hasn't looked good. Like when you're an elite quarter, what do we? Oh, I feel we said this before on the show.
we preach it.
We preach it. When you're an elite quarterback, you have to elevate talent.
You gotta lift it up.
You have to.
Mahomes found a way yesterday.
Mahomes finds a way. Josh Allen is doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hurts got paid big money, big time money.
We know he can squat like 800 pounds.
Yeah.
But you gotta be able to throw the ball
Like
too. Push, still working.
I'm sorry.
But they
I don't
need
care.
more.
I don't care who's out there. You should not have 0 yards of offense in a half.
That's horrific.
That's so bad.
You got fellow Oklahoma Sooner Baker Mayfield just spinning that thing around on him all the first half. 3 touchdowns before halftime.
Yeah.
Trey Palmer gets a touchdown.
Yep.
Shout out Trey Palmer, former LSU
Sterling
Tiger.
Shepard had a pretty good game too.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Wild people showing up.
Dude,
Godwin gets in.
Put a
Mike Evans
smile
gets
on my face, young Shep, man.
Yep.
Put
Oh,
a
man.
smile on my face.
Yeah, I'd be very worried if I was Philly. And the Giants, I think not the Giants. We'll get to them. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Giants Cowboys game. The
Yeah.
Cowboys kind of stink.
Dude,
Mike
yes.
is out for a while. It looks
Yep.
like high ankle sprain's no joke. Demarcus Lawrence gets hurt. Bland's still out. Trayvon Diggs is getting like cooked.
Dude, he was getting cooked even before like he got hurt last year.
Yeah.
Like he was like
That's his big thing. He'll get an interception,
exactly.
but he'll give up 150 yards in the process.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't. This Dallas team, you got CD and Dak. I think those are still 2
I
positives.
think they're a lot worse than people think. Like this state
Yes.
that win against New York is very I'm not gonna say fluke, but there should be asterisks next to it because if you see how bad like we left 14 points out on that field. We lost
Maybe
the game by
more.
5.
Yeah.
Like that should not have been a close game at all.
Agreed. And it's just the Cowboys. It's not looking great.
No.
It's not. And like the Giants, I think they're still a few pieces away from being able to win the division. So I think Washington could win it this year.
Yeah, I was gonna. So when you asked me that, I was gonna say I don't want to sound like a recency bias.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sound like a prisoner of the moment, but
you got to be.
they look like the best team right now.
Yeah, they definitely do, and they look like the most complete team, like working as an actual team.
Yeah, that's what what I
CeeDee
meant by
Lamb's
best
not
team.
like they don't have anyone throwing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really like Washington, and everything. What's great about them is their defense kind of sucks.
Yeah, their defense does kind of
So
suck.
it's usually a really fun game.
Their strength, what has been their strength the past couple of years, is like not living up to the hype at all. Like Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne,
The D line, yeah.
not having a great.
And you
great
ship off
year.
Chase Young, you ship
Yep.
off Montez Sweat,
Yeah, dude.
and those guys are both pretty good. I know Chase Young's having a real resurgence down in New Orleans.
Montez Sweat had a good end of the year last
he
year
was
when he got
beasting
traded.
last
Yeah.
year. We'll get to that later.
He had a good end of the year last year in Chicago, and in their secondary they completely missed. Ron Rivera still rearing his ugly head around Washington.
Come on.
Emmanuel Forbes is horrible.
Terrible.
That's a bust.
Bust.
Outside of him they have no one else.
Yeah.
And then they let Cam Curl walk too.
Yep.
That was a really talented safety.
Cam Curl is a dog.
He's a dog, bro, and they let him walk. So they really need to almost kind of rebuild their whole defense.
Yeah, they need to do a lot. There's so many like pieces.
Sorry to cut you off, but like D Towers can only do so much when in a passing situation. Like
Yeah. You need edges. You need to get there.
exactly, you only see like Chris Jones, Dexter Lawrence, like guys like that pushing the pocket from the center, essentially from the middle of the pocket, pushing it back. You need edge rushers.
Because both those guys, those D tackles, have edge rushers on outside them that can get it done
Exactly.
to make that pressure in the middle more prevalent because
Yep.
they can't go out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think Washington. I can see Washington winning the division. I'm actually kind of nervous. So after that first game ended against Washington, I was like, wasn't concerned about really seeing them towards the end of the year, but now I'm concerned about seeing them towards the end of the year because they're just gonna keep getting better, and Jaden's just gonna keep getting better too.
That loss looked a lot better in the Giants than you thought it would.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
You didn't let them score a touchdown,
No.
and that's very impressive because now they score a ton of touchdowns.
Yeah, our defense has actually been looking a lot better since week 1.
Yeah, you gave
A
up
lot better.
Cowboys game. You gave up 20 of them. That's not terrible.
No.
Not terrible at all.
No, and considering how many times had to be out on the field and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
they were getting gassed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about the Giants.
Yeah.
Keep it not even in the same state, not even the same city,
Stiddy.
the same stadium. The New York Jets.
Ooh.
Roller coaster. Bad. Good. Bad. The Denver Broncos.
Bo Nix.
The
led
Denver Broncos. He had like -7 passing yards, like well into the game.
Let's run down what happened in this game.
Yeah, run it down, Caleb.
So, rainy day in the Meadowlands. Okay?
Yep.
Weather's definitely playing a factor. The final score of this game was 10-9. Aaron Rodgers led Jets team only put up 9 points. I don't think did they score a touchdown?
No.
They didn't score.
They did not.
So let me change that. Aaron Rodgers led Jets team did not score a touchdown against Bo Nix in the Denver Broncos. Broncos outside of Pat Surtain, really trying to think here, have nobody on defense.
Baron Browning's a dog. I'll give you that. Baron Browning gets it
He's
done.
a middle linebacker, right?
He's their edge rusher.
Edge rush, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my guy.
All right. I'll give you that. I'll
Yeah.
give you that. But outside of Pat Surtain, there's no certified dog out there.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson didn't even play yesterday, I don't think.
Gary Wilson was out there conditioning,
Yeah, he was just getting his
looking awful and just just conditioning. His drip
He
is
got-
horrible.
clamped. Him in his long sleeves,
So horrible.
just terrible.
Please take it off.
You gotta take it.
Don't
You gotta
even
do
step on
something.
the field.
Put 17 back on. Do something.
Please, bro, because it just looks so out of sync.
He looks like a mighty might football player, like a kid.
He looks bad. And the
He does.
Broncos didn't play well on offense either. Broncos had a pretty bad game on
Yeah,
offense.
Bo Nix is despicable.
Bo Nix is still learning, still adjusting to the game, which is honestly not really something you want to see from a quarterback that's played 5 years of college football,
6.
6 years of college football.
That's a weak excuse, I think.
So, what?
I think like he's learning. His whole thing is that he should be pro ready.
That
And
is
he's
true.
not.
That's what
And
I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
You like, no matter what, adjust to the league is
Yeah.
adjust to the league, but he should be kind of looking like Jaden.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Jaden looks like he plays 6 to 7 years in college,
Yeah,
and he only played 4.
5.
5?
Yeah, 3 at Arizona, 2 at LSU.
I thought he did 2 at Arizona State. My bad.
3, because it was one. We only played like 4 games because of the COVID year.
Oh, okay, yeah. So 3 or 5 years in college.
Yep.
Looks
He looks
like,
it.
Looks
He looks
like
it.
he
He
played 5
got
years
his
in college.
experience.
Bo Nix doesn't look the part at all. But for the Jets, man,
Ooh.
and it's not even what's on the field either. Rodgers looks frustrated.
Yep.
Doesn't look like him and Garrett Wilson have any type of chemistry.
Where is Hassan Reddick? Where is he?
Why is he holding out?
Where is he, Caleb?
He not playing.
You know, where is he? Where are they keeping him?
Where are they keeping him?
I have no idea. He's
I don't know.
missing.
I don't know where
He
he's
was in
at.
like Dubai during training camp, just chilling out.
Dude, I don't. Isn't he holding out because of contract?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Eagles got rid of him. The Jets like, gimme. Like,
Yeah.
he's mad about his contract. You know how you fix that? By not giving him one? What does Hassan Reddick want? Because when you trade for a guy, you know you're going to have to pay for him. You have to give him some money. Do you think he's just demanding something ridiculous?
I don't.
It must be.
It's gotta be. It's
'Cause
gotta
the-
be something absurd. It's
'cause
gotta
the-
be like. Who's getting paid most as pass rush right now? Is it Myles Garrett?
Because Micah hasn't got his yet. I think it is Myles Garrett.
Micah's probably gonna reset.
But Brian Brennan, how much did he get? Was he up there? I'm just thinking who signed it
He was
recently.
pretty up there. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty up there.
Oh, it's Max Crosby. I'm trying to think. Someone reset it this year.
He's got. Well, the reason why I asked that is because he's got to be asked for like maybe
Yeah.
20 mil more than that.
But the thing is, the Jets are idiots. They do this type of stuff. Like they have a precedent with Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell doesn't play football for a
Oh,
year.
dude.
Pittsburgh's like, fine, beat it. We'll
Yeah.
live without you. And he's like, all right, I need a ton of money. You know who came itching to give him all that money?
The Jets.
The New York Jets, and he was terrible there.
Yep.
Awful. This is just like, you think if any team was to sign someone to some stupid contract, it would be the Jets. And the fact that they're not doing that means Hassan Reddick has to be asking for a stupid amount of money. They went and traded for a 40-year-old quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, they'll do whatever. And right now, it is not working. As you were saying, him and Salah have beef.
Yeah.
It started even like against the Patriots. In a win, he throws a touchdown. Salah goes over, gives him a hug, he like shoves him away.
Yeah.
I've never seen that during a win. After a touchdown drive.
Yeah, I think the Rodgers like kind of backed it up or made an excuse at the press conference after the game saying that he always preaches like 2 touchdown leads or something like that, some BS like that.
Yeah.
But really, you don't push away. He wasn't even like that with LaFleur, and like it was like with Matt LaFleur in Chicago, in Green Bay, and it was known that they didn't like each other,
Yeah.
that they went back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and then even after the Broncos game, the press conference wasn't pretty either.
No.
It's talking about I think the Jets had a lot of false starts and a lot of stupid penalties and
Miscues.
yeah, a lot of miscues and that's coaching. That's literally coaching.
Yep. And you know who their offensive coordinator is?
Oh my God, who?
Nathaniel Hackett. And you know the Broncos had that one circled on their schedule. Let's go get this moron. And their defense got that moron. He's sitting there like, oh, Aaron's my buddy. Oh, I can't wait to do ayahuasca with Aaron after the game.
Go to a darkness retreat.
The thing is, they can't go on their retreats. They can't do whatever. Good for them. They can do whatever they want. I like Aaron Rodgers. You can't be doing that stuff when you score 9 points.
Yeah.
9
no
points.
touchdowns.
If you're an offensive coordinator, you're in the meetings like, oh, wow, the offense wasn't great. Oh, wait, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett. There's a reason you were a head coach for like 15 games.
Yeah.
Just terrible. Russell Wilson sent him packing. And I don't think Russell's that good, but I think Nathaniel Hackett ended his career. When we last saw him in Seattle, he was good. Hackett coached him for a month. He looks like he's never played football before.
Yeah.
He's only in the league because he's Rodgers' buddy.
Yeah, literally. That's literally why. And it just looks like a whole bunch of dysfunction around the Jets organization right now. And again, bad, good,
Good?
good.
Bad.
Bad.
Well, I think it was
So
this
bad.
way. Starting here, and I gotta leave the camera now so I
Yeah.
can visually represent
Yeah.
it. Starting the season, Niners at home. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's not that great. You beat
But
the
we can fix
Titans. You
things.
beat the Titans kind of shitty. All right, we're working our way back up. You kill the Pats.
Yeah.
Division win. Pats blow. Sorry, I love them. I love the Pats, but they kind of stink. We're going all the way up. Then you
Are
lose
you?
at home when you score 9 points to the Broncos. Where are we going? We're going like
Straight
we're going
down.
vertical.
That's straight
Oh,
down.
we're down.
That's straight
There's
down.
nothing to smile about.
No.
I mean, the defense, you can't even give them their daps because they're playing against Bo Nix. Bo Nix he had -7 yards, I think, into the third quarter.
Dude, at halftime, he had -7 yards passing.
Yeah. If I'm the defense, like if I'm who's that? Like Sauce Gardner,
I would be so pissed.
I'm gonna be waiting
Quinn
outside,
Williams.
right outside Hackett's office. Like, come on, coach, go out and play. I mean, like, what does practice look like there?
It's gotta just be a defensive practice like like in high school, like when I don't know, like when practice would be when defense would dominate practice,
Yeah.
it'd be like not a great practice from us. It's
Yeah.
gotta be like that for the Jets every
Yeah,
day,
literally.
every day throughout the week.
And the thing that might save Saul his job is he's a defensive guy and his unit's doing his job.
Yeah.
They're getting it done on
Yeah.
defense. There's no question about that.
Yeah, but as a head coach, it goes like
You buy into
it's
your
whole
quarterback
team.
and they bring in Hackett and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like obviously Rob Sala can still coach a defense.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. But can he coach a football team?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to find out.
Dude, they're making Brees Hall look horrible. It's got to be Hackett, bro. Now, like I'm just thinking about all the pieces they have and like how bad their offense. It's got to be Nathaniel Hackett. He's a common denominator in
And
all
weird,
of this.
No, it's all this weird Green Bay bias. Because you know which receiver still looks kind of all right?
Who?
Alan Lazard.
Yeah.
He's kind of been balling out
Yeah.
there. Like on the Monday night game. So I don't know like if he's part of the circle of love with Hackett, but they made a thing to go get Alan Lazard.
Oh no, he is. He
And he's
definitely
putting up great numbers.
is. Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we can get Garrett Wilson open here. And I know he's getting Surtained.
Yeah.
Not much you can do about that. Not much anyone can do
Yeah,
about
but he
that.
hasn't looked good all year.
Yeah, he's not. He had one touchdown last week against the Patriots. It was a dime by Rodgers. But he had like 33 yards against Christian Gonzalez. That's what he does, Christian Gonzalez. My guy right there. Hell, I uked 11 yards. Not to go on a tangent. But, yeah, Garrett Wilson is not getting fed. You get Alan Lazard going for like 80 yards a game.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I know he had a ton against the Niners and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, how do you see the rest of the season going for the Jets?
You know how I see it going. Not well at all. If they're scoring 9 points a game against the Broncos and they're only like, it's not going to be fun. They're lucky that Tua's out for a little bit. Miami would bring him to the woodshed.
Yeah.
They have been for the past few years. The Bills are weird. I could see them playing them closer than they should. But I still think they're not going to be able to stop Josh Allen. And the Bills' defense is real solid.
Yeah.
All you got to do is if you can contain Brees Hall. And you
Well, I mean, I feel like the offense is doing that themselves.
yeah, they're not really giving him the opportunity.
No.
Like, yeah. I don't know. I don't see this going a great season for the Jets
Dude,
at
it's
all.
gotta suck being a Jets fan, bro. Like I know,
I told you before.
I know how a lot. I like it. It might sound like a lot. It might sound hot shit coming from me because I'm a Giants fan, but it's gotta suck being a Jets fan, dude.
Being a Jets fan must be brutal.
Dude, dysfunction and letdown and all of that for the highlight of a young Jets fan around my age is Rex Ryan days.
Rex Ryan was sweet.
He was amazing. I'm not saying that to like Rex Ryan was like the highlight of the Jets. Like, but even then,
The
like,
Sanchez.
yeah, like even then, what, one AFC Championship game appearance?
I don't know if they got to 1 or 2. I want to say they got the back-to-back. My probably my earliest football memories is 2010. Pasco 14-2. We're playing the Jets in the divisional round. Everyone's fired up. Rex Ryan's going on like spiel.
Dude,
He's calling
love Rex
Belichick
Ryan.
Palpatine, calling
Yeah.
Tom Brady Darth Vader, and like we're all kind of buying into it. We're like, yeah, we're the punk ass Patriots, and we're gonna beat the shit out of the Jets. Everyone's fired up. First real football game I remember watching.
Yeah.
Bart Scott got Tom Brady, picked him off, pick 6. We lost. I was
Bart Scott.
like, oh my god, I hate Bart Scott to this day. He's after the game screaming, talking about Tom Brady. And, like, this instills hate in me. I'm like, Next year, I'm watching every game. Another damn New York team. Giants take us out.
Yep.
And it's just building like all this like animosity in my heart. 2012, the Ravens get us because Cundiff's gone. They bring in Justin Tucker. 2013, the Broncos get us. And then 2014, your boy is back loving the game. That was always nice to him. That always hurt him before this point. So yes, I have so much respect for Rex Ryan and his big old veneers he wears in NFL Live.
Yep.
Those chompers.
Yeah.
He enjoys feet. That's why Wes Welker got suspended for a half because he made comments about Rex Ryan's foot fetish. I had a coach youth football
I
that looked
remember.
just like what's the brother's name?
Rob.
He looked just like Rob Ryan. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I get lots of love. Rex Ryan, the Sanchez, Jeremy Curley, all those boys.
Yeah.
Gotta
sure.
love them.
Yeah.
Dustin Keller.
Yeah, dude. I mean, but yeah, going back to my original point, like,
Sorry. I went on a tangent. I was feeling it. Glory
no,
days.
but like they have like this was just so much upside, and, like so much hope and belief in, like
down the drain.
that literally down the drain. Like
Well-
this is not like if they squeak into the playoffs, they might just be a one and done team. Like
I don't even think they're getting in.
yeah, it's rough.
Everything it's just not pretty.
No.
It's a tough watch. Like the Patriots, they're a brutal watch, but every few times a game, like the other team will have a sick play against us, which makes it enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
That Jets game this week, it was just slugging around. Oh, we're gonna miss a field goal. Oh, we're gonna punt. We're gonna punt. We're gonna punt. It goes like that over and over and over again. You know who has not had a very sad existence lately as a fan? The Kansas City Chiefs.
They've been on an emotional high.
I mean, they're 3 out of 4. The first team to do that since the Pats, and I'm getting a little nervous. I don't want them to three-peat. That would suck, because then, like, wow, they got 4 out of 5.
Yeah, and
How does that even happen?
4 out of 5 would be absurd. And didn't you guys didn't 3P, right?
No, we went 3 out of 4.
Yeah,
That's all we did. 0-1.
Because they were the first team to go back to back since you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if they go, I mean, chances are slim. Especially now with the injury to Rasheed Rice.
Yeah.
A lot going on. They played Los Angeles Chargers, right? They played the Chargers
Yeah,
yesterday.
they played the Chargers. They won.
But at what cost?
At what cost? And it was also just an ugly win.
Yeah.
Mahomes this year has thrown, I think it's 5 interceptions now.
Yeah, he hasn't looked like Patrick Mahomes to his standards. Like
No.
Like he's not playing horrible, but it's not the Patrick Mahomes we've seen in the past.
Yeah, not at all.
Travis Kelce looks washed. He looks like he's aging.
Rinse, washed, dried.
Yeah.
Put away.
Yeah,
It's
but you're a
over.
Travis Kelce hater, so like.
So I'm smiling year to
yeah,
year.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, and you're also like gonna bash him a little bit harder than.
Yeah,
what he
you're
is.
gonna be like protect him. You're a big Swifty.
No, I'm not. a
Yeah,
big Swiftie.
you are.
No. Don't try to.
You
spit
didn't even
that.
know who he was
Don't
last
try
year.
to-
You
don't
didn't know
try
who.
to-
No.
Stop. Do not try to spit
You
that.
didn't watch
Stop,
football.
Do not try to spit
No.
it. Shut up.
So-
Shut up.
We started
Do
the
not
show
try-
a few weeks ago. I thought Caleb watched football and cared about his whole life. I found out that he didn't start watching till last year when he found out
That's
Taylor
such
Swift.
bullshit.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
That's what got
for
you into
sure.
the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
For sure.
that's why Caleb's a
Right.
fan of football.
Right. Because of Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor Swift brought you in.
Exactly. Anyways, an aging Travis Kelce,
Mm-hmm.
no Rasheed Rice.
No Rasheed Rice.
That was your one.
You know what sucks about that?
What?
It's obviously not Patrick Mahomes' fault he tore his ACL,
But
but it kind
kinda
of is. He threw an awful pass. And the worst was Rasheed Rice stripped the guy.
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice chased the guy down, strips him. Mahomes comes barreling. Watch out! Watch out below. And just slams into Rasheed Rice's knee. I'm like, ACL. It was the most easy
Yeah.
That's an ACL.
yeah.
Uh-oh! He takes him out. It was bad. It was bad. And obviously he didn't mean to do it. But if he didn't throw that pass,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have happened. And I saw some stuff. It's not funny, but it's like, wow, Rasheed Rice immediately leaves after an accident. It happens.
Wow.
It happens.
Wow.
Twice as a
Wow.
pattern.
Wow.
But yeah, no. So that sucks for the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, it's a big letdown for the Chiefs. Trying to go back, trying to three-peat actually, not go back to back. They were relying on Rasheed Rice with the lack of Travis Kelce's play, and also Marquise Hollywood Brown being out for the season. They're hoping he can come back in January for playoff time, but he's out for the season with a shoulder injury. Pacheco's out too for another like I think he was out for 4 to 6 weeks or something like that. Longer than that.
Andy Reid said it's like bare minimum 8. He goes, "We'll see him this year or next."
Yeah.
Not an He broke his fibia or something.
Yeah.
It was like a big injury.
So like,
but he's tough, so you never know him.
They're getting thin, and yeah, they're talking about next man up, but at some point they're gonna run out of guys.
They got a guy, Juju Smith-Schuster. That's who they're gonna have to rely on. Him and Sky Moore, which both
Sky Moore, dude.
There's
a reason why Sky Moore's not on the field.
Yeah, he dropped one yesterday. Put him in for a snap, and like, all right, get him off.
Yeah, exactly. There's a reason why he doesn't play, and then Juju. I mean, it's Juju. We don't really know. Juju could. I feel like he did it before. He did the year that they won.
Yeah, he put up 1,000 yards, and he's like, you know what? I'm playing for the Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah, let me leave.
Let's go to football hell in New England.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'm coming back. He put up his flag. He's like, I'm coming back. You were right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the Chiefs. However, their defense is good enough to win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
They are a dominant defense. You got Jones. You got all those guys. Karlaftis is coming on.
Mm-hmm.
McDuffie's an animal.
They got a lockdown to McDuffie.
McDuffie's nice.
Justin Reed in the back end.
Yep, Justin
safety.
Reed.
The dog too. They got guys.
I like their linebackers a lot. I really like Bolton. I really like Tranquil.
Yeah,
those guys are dogs.
Tranquil was a steal from LA.
Yep, they brought him over.
Yeah, that was a steal.
Nick Bolton was one of the best linebackers in college football when he was at Mizzou.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's going to be good. And I believe he fell. I don't know if he won the first round. I don't think he did.
He didn't go to the first round.
I was like, shit, this is a guy. The same thing when they got Willie Gay. I'm not sure. I haven't seen much of him this year so far.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're letting him go to Kansas City. Because they don't really care. Like, they're like, if you can play, you show up there. Like Leo Chenal out of Wisconsin's balling there.
Mm-hmm.
So their defense still has it. Their offense, though, it's going to come to the point where you're going to have to score in big drives.
Yeah.
And luckily for them, they still have Patrick Mahomes. So they're not dead. Like I'm not ruling them out by any means.
They still got a shot in every game.
But from the week 1 to now, it's definitely wavering because Rasheed Rice was beasting.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was beasting.
We'll get to that next.
And it's honestly like, you don't want to call it a downfall for the Chiefs, but they got a tough road uphill.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like they have to go get somebody.
They got to try.
They have to go get, not now. You could probably test it for a game or two to see how it works, but I feel like they got to go get somebody. And there's some veteran receivers they could go get.
Who'd you go get? Who was your first guy in mind?
My first guy that came to mind, honestly, was D-Hop.
I like that.
A trade for D-Hop.
Titans got nothing going on.
They got nothing going on. They're going to have to draft another quarterback.
Yep.
D-Hop has to be depressed. Like, he's just in Tennessee with Will Love. Like, just
Did he not learn anything from Julio Jones?
I guess he didn't.
Anything.
I guess he didn't. But the first guy that came to mind for me was D-Hop. I heard some things about Michael Thomas, but he's a free agent still.
I'm ruling out. I think Antonio Brown's super unlikely.
Why? I think he still plays.
He's an influencer now.
I think he still plays.
What about T.O.? Bring T.O. out. Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
Or Des Bryant. Those guys rule.
Dude, you said Antonio Brown's an influence now. I mean, he can. Amara St. Brown has his own podcast, and
I mean, they got Juju in the same receiving room.
Exactly.
Oh, but they hate each other. So I would highly rule out the Antonio Brown comeback. Realistically, though, I like the D-Hop idea.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Looking around the league, I wish I came up with a good one as that one. Ooh.
Dude, just think about, like, I feel like if you're not gonna go for D-Hop, if you're not gonna go for a veteran receiver, you gotta go after teams with deep receiver rooms.
What about the Packers? Try to get like Dontavian Wicks, one of those guys.
Like that, or like John Mechie from Houston.
Yes. Or even like John Mingo from Carolina.
Yeah.
Because he's not getting a ton of snaps.
I would hate to see it, but Jalen Hyatt possibly.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
But I feel like him and Worthy have a pretty similar skill set.
That is true. That is basically the same thing.
They need Worthy to step up. Yeah. Big touchdown last game.
Yeah, well, I mean, Hyatt, you're not really going to use on like the end arounds like you use Worthy.
But the straight line, the deep ball.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. They do need to. Worthy's going to have to step up. I think they're going to have to take more shots. I don't know what it is. I haven't really watched a whole bunch of Chiefs film. I don't know if he's just not getting open, or they're just not looking his way. But I don't know. Travis is gonna see it. He's gonna get like 15 targets a game now. He's gonna have to.
He's gonna have to. Yeah, he's gonna have to because you've seen it in years past where he'll bail him out. Not bail him out, but he'll be productive, receiving, not blocking, obviously.
Yeah.
And then this year it's been missing. He's getting old.
Receiving. I just caught that I just caught that jab he threw in there. Receiving, not blocking.
He's a tight end, so I figured I'd talk about the full position,
Right.
not the pretty part that gets all the glory.
You're just a hater.
Put a hand in the
You're
dirt,
just
make
a
a
Travis
block.
Kelsey hater.
I'm not. I'm just a truther.
No, you're a hater. You just don't appreciate his greatness at all.
Yeah, he looks great this year.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ah. Anyways, you know who has looked great this year?
Who?
These guys coming up on this week's Who's Been Beastin'? Come on. You want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll go first.
What do you got for us?
My first guy who's been beasting, kind of a layup.
Yep.
Ryan Williams, the 17-year-old out of Alabama. We talked about him earlier in the show. I mean, this guy's been balling. 16 grabs on the year, 462 yards, 5 touchdowns, averaging 28.9 yards a game, or a catch, actually. Absurd. Like, this kid's absurd. He's 17 years old. He
Can't even buy a lottery ticket.
can't even buy a lottery ticket. He's cooking nowadays in college football. Grown men that are 25
Yeah.
should be in the workforce, working a job. And this kid left high school early and is cooking everybody.
I mean, that's a layup.
Yeah.
I think I have one. My other one. My first one might be even more of a layup, if that's possible. Ashton
Okay.
Genty, running back, Boise State. You look at his stat sheet, and you're like, oh, who's the dick playing Madden or NCAA on rookie mode? Like, oh, yeah, dude, you're sick. And you're like, wait, this is a real person?
Yeah, it's real life. It's real life.
Okay, well,
buddy.
he must, he only rushed for 130 yards against Portland State. He's not that special. Wait, he got 13 carries?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he played Oregon. He didn't go off against Oregon.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
what?
Oh, no. He sure did.
250?
250.
250?
Mm-hmm.
He's unbelievable. He's the best college running back we've seen in some time.
Yeah.
Like, Ollie Gordon was supposed to be the guy going in this year.
Ashton Genty.
He took his chain.
Yeah, and, I mean, Boise State, they're out in the Mountain West. They play late at night.
Yeah,
No
they're
one-
ranked now.
Yeah. And they're ranked now,
Yep.
too.
I'll put some eyes on him.
And no one's really paying attention to them. This Ashton Genty kid is the real deal. Definitely should be in the Heisman conversation. He will be in the Heisman conversation when the end of the season comes around.
Yep.
Interesting to see. It would be cool if he wins it, man.
Obviously, right now when you're week 4, there's players like, oh, that guy's deserving. Oh, that guy's deserving. But yeah, right now I think he's my front runner. He's already over at 800 yards, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
13 touchdowns. And you're like, all right, well, maybe this is a thing where he gets 45 carries a game. Like Derrick Henry, when he was in Tennessee, he did like 150 yards on 30 carries, which is still relatively efficient.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, he's getting the ball. Ashton Genty's only 20 carries a game, putting up 200 yards. His yards per carry is ridiculous, and he's getting it's not like he's just running through an open hole and going past everyone.
No, he's
His
breaking
runs
tackles.
are filthy.
Filthy.
Doing it in the Mountain West.
Yeah. Shout out to Ashton Genty. All right, I'll move on to my second one. Covered this story last week.
Yep.
Matt Sluka, the starting quarterback for UNLV, opted out. Took a redshirt year because of NIL
Lack
problems.
of, yeah.
Lack of NIL. So who steps in? Haj Malik Williams, backup quarterback, came in. Everybody, me and Harry, I had concerns personally about how the scheming and everything was going to go, how the game was going to look. Didn't matter at all. This kid came in, threw 13 of 16, 81.3% completion percentage, 182 yards on the ground, counted for 3 touchdowns and a blowout win for UNLV. This guy was beasting on Saturday, and he looked great. 4-0 UNLV.
Another ranked Mountain West team.
Yeah.
Mountain West getting good. My next guy, I'm an LSU fan. You see Jefferson, you see Chase, you see Neighbors. Everyone's like, oh, these guys are great. And they are great. Those are my guys.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't get the love?
Who?
Brian Thomas Jr. He's been having a sneaky, really good rookie campaign down in Jacksonville because they suck, but he doesn't. He's a hell of a player. You get Neighbors and Harrison getting all the hype right now, but this guy's sneaky good for a touchdown. If not a touchdown, like 70 yards, 75 yards. He's a hell of a player. I saw him in LSU. I was like, wait, this guy's also a dog. You get Malik doing all this crazy stuff. Brian Thomas Jr., dog, and a real building piece in Jacksonville going forward. Shout out BTJ.
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr., a diamond in the rough down there in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Because they look horrible right now.
They do.
Yeah. All right, to finish off my Beast of the Week, I'm going to go a whole team. Shout out Army football. These guys are a team that should be ranked. They're 4-0. They're averaging. Army football team is averaging 36.3 points per game. An Army football team. That's absurd. That's absurd. 36.3 points a game, 100 or 20 touchdowns on the year. I mean, they got a great offense and they throw the ball.
They're in it out a little
Army
more.
throws the ball, and this team should definitely be getting some AP votes. And I hope to see them ranked towards the end of the year. I think they continue. think they continue winning. I think their schedule's pretty light. They play Tulsa this weekend. That could be a win for them. So interesting to see how good this Army team ends up being.
I got one thing to say to that.
What?
Go Navy. Yeah.
Eh.
Yep. Undefeated also.
Might be kind of rough.
Go Navy.
That might end up being. Well, it's always a really good game.
Let's always respect the truth.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, go Army, go Navy, go USA. But in that game, go Navy. Come on.
I guess we'll see who wins.
We shall. Now I wish I went Navy for mine, but I'm not. But, ooh, I like how I'm Italian here. I'm happy.
Right.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, all part of the USA. Military, the USA itself. They traveled up to Royal Montreal, Canada for the President's Cup, where they beat the bag out of the international team. And who's been beasting for them? Xander Schauffele going 4-0 in his matches, just putting the thing a whoop ass on them. Sending them back to all over their random countries, sending them back to Korea, Australia, wherever they're from. They're going back to South Africa. Oh, I was fired up watching that. Had NFL on that, golf on the other TV. Yeah, who's been beasting? Xander Schauffele in the United States of America. Shout out to him. 2 major wins this year. That sounds like he's been beasting to me. Those are my 3 for the week.
I agree. It sounds like he's been beasting too.
Yep.
I like the little throwing of a different sport there. Golf
Yes.
too. I love it.
I was thinking, I was like,
Love
I want
it,
to get a little in my bag today.
Yeah. I love it. Well, that's going to do it for us. We want to appreciate everyone tuning in and listening to us. We appreciate the continued support and all the love from you guys. Shout out Ryan behind the camera. We'll be coming at you guys later this week. This has been Nickel and Dimes with Harry and Caleb.
Yeah, it's been real. Thank you all.